back to the No Limit Crypto channel. So we are going to look at Quant right now. Is Quant going to make one last push, or is Quant done for now and due a bigger pullback to some lower levels? We are going to look at those lower levels too. But if you enjoy these daily crypto videos, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps me out massively. So right now Quant has made this falling wedge. We know the falling wedge is a bullish pattern in general, so it most often breaks to the upside. And if we only look at the pattern, we have a bullish scenario. But there are other things here that we need to consider, and I'm gonna lay them out for you. And those are the things that you need to look out for. If those things fail to happen, we are most likely looking at a failed move, and we are going to see a larger pullback. So this pattern, we broke through it. Looks nice. Looks like, if we don't look at the RSI, look at anything else, it looks like we are going to have a move to the upside. Like we had here, we broke a trend line and made a move to the upside. Not a significant move, but we made a move. So the market already is extremely overextended. We've made a big move since down here. If we take a look at this move where it started, we're up a bit over 100%. In the crypto space, not that crazy, but the market is a bit overextended right now. So a pullback is due. And the reason why I think that the pullback is coming is that we have a bearish divergence. Oh, I didn't choose the line, or did I? Let's make it a bit larger and that a bit smaller, so I can draw a trend line. So right here we can see we have a high, a lower high. What happened on the price? We had a high and a higher high. That is a bearish divergence, and that basically means that a pullback is very likely. And once we start seeing these on the larger time frames, we are looking at larger pullbacks. So I'm gonna compare Quant to Avalanche, one of my favorite coins, but I'm just gonna go back in Avalanche, back to these three spikes. This could look like a similar scenario for Quant. We have a push, correction, and one last push before we had a bigger correction. So in Avalanche's case, we did create bearish divergences. We create a high here, lower high, and a even lower high. And the market, what did the price do? We created higher highs, and after that we entered a consolidation period. So Avalanche, when this happened, had 3 pushes in it. Quant might have 3 pushes in it. Right now we're not seeing crazy volume on this break, which is a red flag also for this move. And other things that are working against it is not the Bollinger Bands, but we're looking at the EMAs. So in a bullish scenario on the 4-hour, we are still bullish on the EMAs. So the green is the 12, 26, 50, 100. So on the 4-hour chart, EMAs are looking bullish. If we start seeing this green 12 EMA crossing the yellow line, which is a 26, that point, abort mission, we are going to fall. That's when the downtrend starts and the correction starts. Not the downtrend, but like we're talking about a downtrend in a shorter view. So that is bad if it happens. But on the hourly, we are already in, we made these bearish crosses over here, and we had a correction. Right now it looks like we might make bullish crosses, and if these bullish crosses happen, at that point we know that the 4 hour won't follow, or the 4 hour will follow, so the 4 hours will go up, and at that point it basically means that we can trust in this move. That is the step number 1 for. So look at the 1 hour, look at the 12, 26, 50 and 100 EMA. If those line up in the correct order, we are looking at a more likely to look at a higher high again. And there's one more thing that I'm keeping an eye on, and that is this latest move, the Fibonacci from the top to the bottom. So what are we looking for in here? We are looking for this zone right here, this zone. So if we manage to break above the 61.8 and we manage to break above the 78.6, that point we are looking at very possibly making all-time highs again. And that move might not be as big as we would like. It might not be parabolic. So if these things line up, if the EMAs line up and we manage to break 61.8, 71.6, at that point I am looking at $500. And I don't think we are going higher than 500. I think 500 is the absolute top for this move. And after that we are very much due a correction to the downside. So look at these things. If they happen, we are bullish for one last push. If they fail to happen, we are looking to correct to the downside. And if you want to see the corrections to the downside, I would suggest that we take a fib from about the low right there to the high, and at that point start looking at 61.8, 78.6. Those are the key lines, and actually those lines are not that bad. We still, if we go back to the longer time frames, we managed to create higher highs. You can see that this has been parabolic, so this doesn't stay like this obviously forever. But if we have the one last push, we could be going up to, let's take the path, up to 500, and at that point I'm looking for us to start making, maybe coming down and testing it, something like this, starting to make some lower lows and lower highs, and possibly looking at a test at the 273, and after that we might reverse to the upside. This is a very plausible scenario and a realistic scenario in my mind right here. So one last push, then at that point the bearish divergence will 100% kick in, and we are going to see the correction, a possible correction to $270, and after that we can start looking at the market making highs again. This was all from me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Peace out.